Dinner at 1501 Center Park Road. Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best MMA fighters on Saturday, December 7th with Violence Fight League 2 at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. Fights are scheduled throughout the night, and if you haven't been before, now is the perfect time to go, with Nebraska football in between the regular season and a bowl game. Doors open at 6 p.m. with the first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the fighters and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com. Nebraska's Christmas Light Show is back and bigger than ever. The Magical Lights of Lincoln Christmas Show runs from Black Friday through New Year's Eve at Sandhills Global Event Center. Bring the family for a show they'll never forget, featuring over 1.5 million lights. Cost is $25 per vehicle from Monday through Thursday, $30 on Friday and Saturday, and also $30 on Christmas Eve and day. Purchase your tickets online today at christmaslightsinlincoln.com and get ready to experience a drive-through light show like you've never seen before.
At Koppel Chevrolet GMC, we are thankful for so many things this year, starting with our great employees, a generous community, our military personnel, and most importantly, our loyal customer base that continues to drive that money-saving mile of Louisville. Hi, this is Sean Callahan, and on behalf of everybody at Koppel, we want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving and safe travels to wherever they may take you. Happy holidays from Koppel Chevrolet GMC.
League One Volleyball is coming to Omaha this January. Featuring Olympic medalist Jordan Larson and Justine Wong-Arantes, Love Omaha Volleyball is Omaha's newest pro team. The inaugural season will showcase some of the world's best volleyball players, from medalists to NCAA champions and international superstars, with the action kicking off on January 24th at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Visit lovb.com for more information and to purchase tickets. Volleyball is the next major league.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Brought to you by General Fire and Safety, Raisin Canes, Perch Merch, Sunbelt Rentals, Mullen Motors, Select Plumbing, and the Kindler Hotel. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Welcome into the locker room, the most sacred of spaces in sports. Talking you through the behind-the-scenes conversations that happen behind closed doors. With former Nebraska football tight end Chancellor Brewington.
Chancellor Brewington, the 6-year senior tight end, finding his way into the end zone.
And former South Dakota State running back and Nebraska football assistant Mikey Daniel.
Hand off to Daniel inside the 2 to the 1, and he powers his way into the end zone for a South Dakota State touchdown.
This is The Locker Room, brought to you by Pep Foundation Repair. Here are your hosts, Chancellor Brewington and Mikey Daniel.
Yes, welcome into the locker room here on a Wednesday. It is actually the first edition of the locker room this week because of the state championship games. So the first time that we can hear from Mikey Daniels celebrating the Nebraska victory over Wisconsin. And yes, I just said Mikey. I didn't include Chancellor, so we'll see why that is. But there is a group of other folks in the building as well. So Mikey, I'll send it to you, let you introduce everybody, and let us know where's Chancellor.
I don't know. There we go. Oh man, welcome back to the locker room, bro. It's been a week. It's been a while since we came on here because of the Nebraska State Championship football game. So me and Chancellor haven't had our show this week. So this is the first time. As you guys see, none of them are Chancellor. Chancellor, my man, shout out to you, bro. Had a good outing last night on the basketball court, but he took an elbow to the face, got a little cut. So, he a pretty boy. He didn't want to come in here with his face all beat up. So he's out for the day. But I got my man Jake back, Mr. Jake Winnicky. I had him on about a couple of months ago now, former South Dakota State teammate. And other little bro, we got Clark, his brother, also a former Jackrabbit, my roommate, my brother, man. And then we got young Israel too. So we're locked in. We're ready to go. I always start with a quote card. That's just how I do it. So I want to get your thoughts on it. We're in the season of Thanksgiving, so it says the roots of all goodness lie in the soil of appreciation for goodness. The roots of all goodness lie in the soil for appreciation of the goodness. What'd you take away from that? We in the middle of, like I said, we in this Thanksgiving season, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the first thing I thought about with that, I learned this just like less than a year ago, but it's like the same part of the brain for being thankful is the same part for being like worried, for being anxious. And it's literally how God made us, is we can't be both at the same
Go
time.
ahead.
So if you're thankful, like you literally won't be anxious.
Yeah.
And
How
I
can
think it's
you?
just a great reminder, especially right now, Thanksgiving tomorrow, just to be thankful for the things that we have. And yeah, you are going through a tough time. Like, still look for things to be thankful for, even that we have breath in our lungs. No matter
Yeah.
what's going on. And we always have something to be thankful for. And as long as you're thankful, you literally won't be worried.
Come on.
You won't be anxious.
Oh, I like that. That's the word. Clark,
Yeah.
man, let me tell you, I'm thankful for to have you back. I'm thankful for, it's been a while since I've seen you, man. So that's one of the things I'm thankful for. But let's just talk about it. You here in this Thanksgiving season, your first time down here joining us on the ticket. What are you thankful for?
Definitely holiday season, but I would say I'm most thankful for just family and friends.
Yeah.
Because you're not every day you don't get to see everybody you love.
Yeah.
And the holiday times is a great time to get those people you love to spend all those.
Yeah, all that.
with.
No, I'm with you on that. That's me too, man. I'm just thankful for my beautiful wife and babies, and then I'm just thankful for the transformation from God Himself. Just how I've come and how everything's transpired in my life, and I haven't always been on this greatest path or whatever, but He's faithful regardless of if I was faithful or not. So it's a constant grind day in and day out to deny myself, right, and to take up my cross. So if you know, you know. But let's talk about it, man. None of us played at Nebraska.
Nope.
We played at a great school, South Dakota State,
Yeah.
which their playoff system just kicked off as well. South Dakota State's they're the 3rd seed. So that means the top 8 seed gets a bye. All right. We have the new playoff system. We got the 12 teams for the FBS, right? That's how they do it. They have 12 teams. In the FCS, they have 24 teams, top 8. Okay, if you could go back, what would you prefer? You like how the FCS did it, or do you like how they have gone to this 12-team playoff in the FBS?
I do like the 24, honestly. And I'm really excited about the 12 now in FBS, because I think it's just like, even like a team like Alabama this year, like I think about it, like I think if they make that top 12, they could make a run.
Yeah.
But like in other years, like, they
Yeah.
literally have no chance.
Yeah.
And like still, they might not make it this year. I don't know how it's going to shake out. But the fact that they lost 3 games, they still got a chance. I think that's exciting. I think same thing with FCS with 24, even more so. And you're really going to find the best team. I mean, it's tough in college football, especially in the past. Like you literally got to have a perfect season all year. You can't be off on any night. And I mean, you got teams that are great teams, possibly the best or one of the best, that don't even have a chance to compete. And now with 12, they do.
No question. Clark, what you think, man? You was in the FCS playoffs. And you a big college football fan. You see the FBS going to 12-team playoffs. What do you prefer? You like the 12 or you like the 24 system?
I would probably just say 24, just because it gets more teams in there, and it just mixes up the pot a lot. Because I mean, like you said, you could have a crazy matchup early in the season and then lose, and then your hopes and dreams are kind of over. But with this, then it just gives those teams that are not the best team an extra chance.
Right. Well, and Notre Dame lost early on in Northern Illinois, Bach.
Yep.
Yeah, they lost to Northern Illinois. So a lot of people was writing them off like, oh, they're done, right?
Exactly.
Where they ended up recovering. They have to win out. I think they have one more. I'm not sure who they're playing, and maybe Bach, but
I think USC.
Oh, so Bach, let me ask you: if they don't win that game, are they out?
That's the big question, because there's still some teams behind them, but they'd have an argument at 10-2 because there's going to be 2 lost teams in.
Yeah.
Right. But and now though, so it's always going to ebb and flow towards the SEC or the Big, right? Those are the teams that when you're a fringe team, you're going to get over. Like if you're a 9-3 team, Alabama, for example, say if you're a 9-3 Alabama or a 10-2 Notre Dame, who's not going to? What you think? I think it's going to the SEC. That's just because that's what they do.
The tradition of the SEC has always been a top powerhouse. But I think the Big Ten is making a big come around and turnaround.
We've had this conversation a lot actually here. Is I came up, so last year when I was at Nebraska, when I was on the staff there, I will get into it players all the time. Like, yo, the Big Ten top to bottom next year, as in this year, will be better than the SEC top to bottom. And they're like, no way, no way, no way. And we look at it, right? 3 of your top 4 teams right now are Big Ten, right? Yeah. You got Ohio State, you got Oregon, and you got Penn State. That's 3 of your top 4. So the one from the SEC in that top 4 is Texas, and that's a newcomer. That's a new addition, right? So 2 of your 4 from that top 4 were already in the Big Ten. You add Oregon this year from the pack, and I don't know. I'm big on the Big Ten. I think really top to bottom, if you go bar for bar against the SEC, I like the Big Ten.
Yeah, there's some good football being played there for sure.
What do you think? I mean, this used to not be in the question, right? It used to. And Chancellor Bach, remember, Chancellor and I got into this a while back ago because he was like, "Who are you gonna put Ole Miss against in the Big Ten? Who are you gonna put this?" I'm like, I'm telling you, top to bottom, because then you have Indiana who's hooping. Yeah, Ohio State's Ohio State, Oregon's Oregon. Like even Nebraska, if they go and play a Vanderbilt, I'm taking Nebraska, right? And Vanderbilt was decent this year in the SEC, right? Same with like, yeah, exactly what I'm saying. Yeah. So it's like, or even like a Kentucky or Ole Miss. Ole Miss is fraudulent to me. I don't care what they say.
Missouri too.
Yeah, Missouri way fraudulent. Like I don't even talk about them. That's basically a waste of my time at this point, right? They wrote themselves off. But then you have those outliers like you have your Notre Dames, you have the Boise States, all those type of schools from outside the SEC in the Big. So let's talk about Heisman quick. You have Ashton Jeanty, obviously a freak at Boise State, just a freak. Like in my days, I'm not sure I've really seen a running back like him in college. I mean, obviously Derrick Henry was crazy, but he still wasn't even doing like what Ashton Jeanty doing. And then you have Travis Hunter. Those are your 2 guys that are like, okay, it's going to be one of them. I'm big on Cam Ward too, but I don't think it's going to go to him. So
I would be very happy to see a non-quarterback at the Heisman.
1,000%.
Yeah.
So who you like so say it's those 2, who you like?
I love the fact that Travis Hunter is in college football and he's playing offense and defense and he's not missing a beat. He's playing great on both sides of the ball. And I think that's just a little bit more impressive to me. So I would like to go with
I think you probably biased the opposite way with the running back, but I'm biased to the receiver for sure. And then the fact that he's playing DB too, I even heard him talking about it and just like how he approaches it and how he practices. And he's talking about, he's like, I practice how I play and I go 100% every single day in practice and I get all the reps offensively and all the reps defensively.
Yeah.
And just like, I just love that mindset just like that. And obviously, like, if you just go by just like the fame and the namesake for college football, I think Travis Hunter is a great story.
Yeah.
I think he's getting more of the press. So I think that might even help him out. But also just like the fact that he's literally like one of the best receivers and one of the best DBs in the country it's unheard of. I don't think I've ever heard of anybody who has done that. But also you can say the same thing.
Yeah.
You can say the thing about Ashton. I mean, he's putting up numbers that pretty much nobody since like Barry Sanders really done, and my dog Zach Zenner.
Yeah, Zach Zenner, man. He was such a freak.
Oh,
like he was cold-blooded. And he was just so basic about it too. You would never know. You would never look at that guy and be like, yeah, he's gonna go out for 2,000 yards this year 3 times in a row. Yeah. And he did 3 consecutive years, like 2,000 yards. What are we doing? You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm always gonna side with the running back. Like there's no question. And even if I look at the NFL, for example, right now you have the MVP kind of boiling down to, it looks like Lamar Jackson again. I love Lamar. And you got Josh Allen and then Saquon. Those are your 3 guys that are up there in that front running spot. And again, I love Lamar Jackson, but I'm always gonna side with running back.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know the last time.
I
don't even know the last time a running back won.
And on a new team. It's first year.
And on a new team. And I think there's no question, like he should break the record, Eric Dickerson's record of whatever it is, 2,000 something. Yeah. I think he should beat it, right? So to me, there's no question. Hey, Bach, you know the last time a running back won the MVP? Did Adrian Peterson win it?
Oh man, I have to go back and look. Let me look.
Yeah. I know you'll find that because that's what he definitely should have.
He had 2,000.
He was he was 9 yards short of Dickerson.
Yeah, and he should have got it too. But okay. Clark was a former running back. Then he moved to the defensive side of the ball. Terrible. That was terrible when that happened, man. We had the same running back room, and then next thing you know, he was on defense. So that was trifling. But Jake, receiver, favorite receiver to watch of all time?
Just to watch.
Favorite one. Or just favorite receiver all time.
Okay, I mean, it's probably,
and if they're too different, then both.
Yeah. I mean, I'll probably say, I mean, Randy Moss got to be my favorite. I mean, growing up in Minnesota, like I was growing up when, I mean, Randy Moss was that dude. I mean, so like that's just like who I even always looked to. I even love that way he played because it was different than a lot of people. Even the way that he caught the ball. I remember he even was talking about it one time where it's like even nowadays they talk about catch it with your hands.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, you just catch it how you catch it.
Yeah.
And that's literally how he played, and like it didn't matter. The ball was in there, he's gonna go get it. And I just love how he played, and obviously he could do it all. He could run past anybody. So I'd probably say, I think he's probably my favorite. But then I also loved, like, especially later on, I loved watching Julio.
Yeah.
And so he was one of my favorites because I was like, I wanted to play like Randy Moss, but when I started watching Julio, I was like, I want to play like that.
He was gifted.
Yeah.
Just a physical freak, man. There's none. I was blessed to share a locker room with him in Atlanta, and just he was cool. Just an all around good dude. Like the thing about him that made him so great is he'll catch. I'll tell anybody, he'll catch a 5-yard hitch route, 6-yard, 6 back to 5, whatever, and he'll take it 95 yards to the end zone in practice. And Calvin Ridley was the same.
Yeah, I love watching Calvin Ridley too. I love watching both of them together because I love the way that Calvin Ridley runs routes.
Dude, that duo was crazy. And had he never had that suspension, they would have had that one last season. That would have been like, that was to me one of the best tandems. Could have been one of the best tandems ever.
Yeah.
Clark, okay, you was former running back, then you moved over to safety. Let's talk about running back first. And maybe you don't have a favorite safety because who cares? Yeah. Right? They're not running back, so who cares? Favorite running back of all time?
Definitely Adrian Peterson.
No question.
Oh, yeah.
No question. Just absolute monster. No one has ever ran the ball like him. I mean, it just speaks. Watching his highlight tape just speaks for itself.
Yeah.
I mean.
And he was the last running back MVP in 2012.
Okay.
In 2012?
Yep.
I knew it. Dang, let's go. So I think in 2025, we see another one. His name is Saquon Barkley. I'm hoping so.
And one more thing I loved about Adrian Peterson was just every year he came back from his ACL, and what he did, I think I don't know if he broke a record, but
that was his 2,000-yard season. I want to say,
yeah.
I think so.
I remember when he was coming back that offseason. They asked him in the interview, they're like, how's your knee? Like, what percentage is that? Like, is it strong? And he's like, it's probably at like 70, 75% or something like that. But he's like, but don't get me wrong, it's still stronger than everyone else.
Hey, that's like that Kirk Signetti Google me quote. I love that. Oh, that's fire. Yeah, I was always really big on Le'Veon Bell as like one of my favorites to watch. But my favorite ever was definitely probably Adrian Peterson too. Now that's kind of shifting, and there's just so many really great running backs. And I think like a lot of people was hating on the running back market, like, oh, there's not really a need for a running back or whatever. But I think that we're starting to see that there's a case for him. Like Saquon doing what this next time around, they're going to get paid. You got Saquon doing what he's doing. Derrick Henry showing the world because nobody really wanted to sign him. They thought he was washed. And then he goes out and he was leading the league until Saquon just took over. But if you 1-2 with him, it's like, okay, cool. Yeah. Nobody's even in the same conversation with us, Josh Jacobs is going crazy. There's just so many great running backs. Even Kenneth, I'm really big on Kenneth Walker.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite running backs to watch. He runs hard. I can't wait till Isaiah Pacheco come back. Okay.
Not for my fantasy team though. I got Kareem Hunt.
You got Kareem? Yeah. That's my dog. I love Kareem. And he's doing well, bro.
Yeah.
He still has it's like he never let off. He been out. He isn't really like he came out the couch and just came in and started hooping.
He loves coming off the couch.
He loves coming off the couch.
Yeah.
And it don't bother him.
Yeah. He's always getting picked up.
Yeah. He's good people, man. I had the pleasure of training with him down at IMG, and he's the same way. He just embraces every day. He attacks every day, and he just loves the game of football. I think my favorite person to ever watch though is Jameis Winston. Just because he's there, I don't think there's a person out there that loves the game of football as much as him.
He definitely loves football.
He loves football, and everywhere he goes, they love him. Mm-hmm. Like he everywhere he goes, they love him.
Yeah, bad press tries to cover him up, but he always comes out on top. Everybody always loves him everywhere he goes.
Every single time.
Yeah.
Before we get out of here, before we go to break, I got a question. We got to leave it off with this before you guys got to go. They got a Bible study. I love it. I'm with it. Who you got in the Super Bowl?
Oh.
AFC, NFC, who are your two teams?
Okay, well, I already know the Vikings going to win it. They're going to be in it.
Okay, so there it is.
And then probably Kansas City.
No way. You think they go there a third time in a row?
Yeah. Ravens, baby.
And
they got their new system. I think the Ravens are going to do it.
And who's on the other side?
Vikings.
Yeah, I've been big on the Ravens all year. I haven't stepped my foot off that gas. I'm pounding that till it's over with.
I would like to see that.
Yeah, and I got the Lions out of the NFC.
Oh, the Lions, they're nice.
They're nice.
It's just gonna be tough for the Lions in the playoffs.
They got great receivers. They got a great. The problem is the Vikings are just too inconsistent. They're questionable.
Hey,
they're 8-2.
Their defense is 9-2, I think now.
Oh, 9-2. Okay, they're 9-2.
A few injuries have hurt them a lot of these.
Yeah, but they're not a wow factor like Detroit is.
Yeah.
So that's what I got. But man, I appreciate you guys joining us. It's been so much fun, and I can't wait to continue this little relationship moving forward.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you having us on.
Appreciate it.
All right, so we'll be back with the Locker Room here on 93.7 The Ticket coming up after this.
We fix basements.
We fix basements.
We fix basements.
We fix basements. We fix basements.
At F Foundation Repair, we've been fixing basements for over 30 years. We're your local foundation repair experts. Our warranties stay here. Our people work here. You can trust us to take care of your home. Go to wefixbasements.com to learn more.
Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best MMA fighters on Saturday, December 7th with Violence Fight League 2 at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. Fights are scheduled throughout the night, and if you haven't been before, now is the perfect time to go, with Nebraska football in between the regular season and a bowl game. Doors open at 6 p.m. with the first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the fighters and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Hello, Charlie Stone here, and joining me is Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I was noticing on your website you have more than 150 new 2024 and 2025 Hondas in stock right now.
Yes, we do, Charlie. It's neat when you drive by and see all the cars on our lot, and we have most all models and all different colors available. And we even have more than hundreds on the way. We also have the all-new, all-electric 2024 Honda Prologue in stock right now. We have a few of them to choose from. Plus, qualified buyers get financing from just 1.9% APR.
How about your pre-owned selection?
I talked to a lot of my customers and friends, and they still think that we just sell brand new Hondas, but we sell all different models, make of pre-owned cars, and we have more than 100 to choose from right now.
Well, maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Nebraska's Christmas Light Show is back and bigger than ever. The Magical Lights of Lincoln Christmas Show runs from Black Friday through New Year's Eve at Sandhills Global Event Center. Bring the family for a show they'll never forget, featuring over 1.5 million lights. Cost is $25 per vehicle from Monday through Thursday, $30 on Friday and Saturday, and also $30 on Christmas Eve and Day. Purchase your tickets online today at ChristmasLightsInLincoln.com and get ready to experience a drive-through light show like you've never seen before.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return or exchange policy so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Right now, take over $11,000 off a 2024 Ford F-150. Experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1004296, MSRP of $66,645. Must finance with Ford Motor Company and have a qualifying trade and approved credit. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 11/13/24. See delivery details.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
The dangers of secondhand smoke are well known. But what about secondhand aerosol, which is created when using e-cigarettes? Science already shows a secondhand aerosol can contain nicotine, heavy metals, and cancer-causing agents. Eliminating exposure to secondhand aerosol is an important step to keeping everyone safe. Breathe easier knowing the facts.
For help quitting, call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Salt Mine City is now open at 8th and R in the Haymarket. Come check out Lincoln's newest brewery with 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager, Brick Street Amber Wheat, and so many more. There's daily drink specials like $1 off Moscow Mules on Tuesdays, $6 IPAs on Fridays, and $6 Bloody Marys on Saturdays. Stop by Tuesday through Thursday from 4 to 9 p.m., Fridays 4 to 11 p.m., Saturdays 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Sundays from noon to 8 p.m. It's Salt Mine City, Lincoln's newest brewery at 8th and R.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Anderson Ford, Tanner's Bar and Grill, Tavern 180, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Vinnie Kreekak of State Farm Insurance, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. You're listening to The Locker Room with Chancellor Brewington and Mikey Daniel. Brought to you by App Foundation Repair on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back here in the locker room on 93.7 The Ticket. Myself, Jake Bachman, alongside Mikey Daniel, Chancellor Brewington, out of studio today. So happy Thanksgiving to him if I don't see him before then. But Mike, what do we got for the second segment here?
Well, first things first, I got to give a shout out to my wife, man. She's tuned in right now. So I guess there's a man named Luke on there talking about support. He may be commenting
Right.
support or something like that. So shout out to you guys. Just had to have my brothers on here, man. It was so cool to see them again. I haven't seen Clark in a few years now, but me and him were so close. We, like I said, we was roommates together, and just those two people helped shape and mold me. You know, they always was pushing me to follow Christ and to change who I was as a person. Like Clark, one of those people. For example, he if somebody would call him 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, be like, hey, yo, I just flew into the airport. You think you come pick me up? And he'll do it. And it's a 45-minute drive, mind you. So both ways. So now you got an hour and a half drive, and he'll go pick him up all the time for people, or just doing stuff like that all the time. I'm like, one day I asked him, I said, Clark, why do you want to do these things? Like, why are you doing this? He goes, well, I don't really want to. But then I just asked myself, what would Jesus do? And so he's one of those guys. And so, like I said, they two just great men. And then obviously that's Jake's son. So just a blessing to be a part of that growth in these people. But Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about this because this is our first opportunity to talk about what this bowl game means to Nebraska. The drought is over, right? It's over. There's no going back now. And I really don't think there ever will turn back. Not in a long time, right? It's been 8-9 years.
Yes, it's 2016, so 8 years, 7 seasons.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing. It's like this fan base deserve better than that. This state, this right. And so they carry the weight of that on their shoulders though. And I think they can just release like all that tension, all that pressure, they can all let it go now. Right? It's like even if you lose at Iowa, which obviously I don't see that happening, they can let it go.
How much, having been in the locker room, how much of that weight, I mean, was kind of there from day to day? Obviously, any team wants to make a bowl game for themselves, but, you know, with the additional kind of haven't done it in a while, the state, you know, the fans continue to show up, all that. Was that kind of ever present?
It's never easy to be the first. It's never easy. Are they the first to do it? No, but they're the first in a while. So they're the first of the people that they know. They're the first of the people who's been around for like, you know what I'm saying? So since 2016, right? They don't know none of the people. They might know them, you know what I mean? But that's not their people, right? The people is like the classes before them. They never seen it, right? And so it's never easy to break through the ice. But once you do it, right, now you got a crack in it. Now the door's open, breaking it. We got to break it down. You know what I'm saying? I was the first one to go to, for example, I was the first one to go to school in my family, get my college degree. It's not first one to buy a house, right? The first of many, the first one to get in the NFL. And I think that moving forward, there'll be plenty more to do it. I was just the first. It's not easy because who's helping you get there, right? Nobody that you can turn to in the family and be like, hey, how did you do this? We don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Same with like financial literacy, anything, right? It's not easy to be the first. Those guys are, right? So even if the weight necessarily wasn't there, it's there. Because what do you hear? You heard the same thing that I heard all year. We was 5-1 or whatever, and now we lose. And like, same thing as last year. So guess what? That little rock, that pebble became a rock. Now we go 5-3. That rock became a bigger rock. And then it became at 5-4, then it became a boulder. Right. So the weight just keeps getting heavier and heavier every single week. And people are saying whatever they want. People are talking about benching Dylan Raiola.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like, so that's, put in Heinrich. Okay. Listen, be real. I love Heinrich. This kid does not give us a better chance than 1-5. But I'm saying that's what happens. Everything will seep in and be like, we got to make a change. We got to do it. We got to, blah, 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 blah. And so, yeah, the weight is heavy, and they felt it. They definitely felt it. But I also know now that they're feeling that release. So that's a great question.
Yeah.
I love that question, actually. Now, I kind of talked with them about this whole playoff situation. If you're right now, and if you're the playoff committee, well, first of all, do you have a sleeper? Do you have a dark horse in this race, in the playoffs?
Well, I'm just intrigued by the Big 12. I mean, I want to say here, if Arizona State can get in, Coach Dillingham is a fun young guy.
Where is he from?
I'm not even sure where he kind of made his due. I know he was with Oregon staff before coming over here, but I don't know how long he was there. But I mean, he's like a 34-year-old guy. He's a young guy. And was talking about how his current roster is underpaid. And if you notice, and I did notice last week, when I was just looking through the college games, like it was cost like $250 to get into that game.
Wow.
Arizona State and BYU, and that's just not how it is in Tempe. That's not how it has been anyway. So it's quite a movement going on down there. I've always kind of liked the Arizona State program, so that'll be a team I'm cheering for. I don't know if dark horse to win too much.
I like it though.
Yeah, it's a good story.
Do they win the Big 12?
I think they do because they just have Arizona in front of them, and then likely if Iowa State can take care of Kansas State, which is no given. Would take Iowa State on, but there's all sorts of tiebreakers and stuff that can play out other than that. I don't know exactly who their opponent will be if Iowa State loses to K-State. Could be K-State, could be Colorado, could be BYU. I'm not sure.
I'm tired. All year I didn't like BYU. Chancellor was always talking about BYU. I'm like, bro, no, I don't trust. I don't like BYU. I don't like no, that's not a respectable team to me.
Yeah,
it is not. I like it though. I like the Arizona State, even if they're not to win it, right? I like the dark horse in it. I also think Alabama makes a run.
Gets in.
I don't know. Like, it's hard for me to picture a 12-team playoff without Alabama. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
Also,
it's hard too because the SEC, I mean, Alabama's right there with South Carolina. I mean, there's Ole Miss. They all have 3 losses. They're right outside. I think Clemson's the only other team ahead of them that is ranked like 12th, but not in the playoff because, the Big 12 team has to get in. But, I mean, that's kind of the big argument you're seeing. Even Kansas State's coach got into it, was that the SEC is probably going to get a 3-loss team in. And
should they?
The Big 12 is going to have 2-loss teams that are left out. Is that fair? I think it is because of the quality competition they played. That's the new. We all kind of know the setup. The Super Leagues are the Big 10 and the SEC. But if I'm a Big 12 coach or athletic director, I'm arguing on behalf of that point too.
I get it both sides. Here's my problem. When you have a school like that, like just think about TCU. They came in and get ran. That was a waste of everybody's time. When they lost to, was it Alabama?
Michigan.
Well,
no, they beat Michigan and lost to Georgia by
a lot, right? So the people don't want to see that. You want to see a good game. You want to see that, like, that's what people are spending money on. That's what people are looking for. They don't want to watch a national championship game where you get blown out by 30. I didn't watch that game past the first quarter. You know what that does to money? And this, I'm sorry, but it's about money. Yeah. That's what they care about.
Oh, yeah.
At the end of the day, that's what they care about.
That's why it's an expanded playoff to begin with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I still stand on the fact that I think they should go to the FCS format with that top, or with the 24 teams, the top 8 get buys, and then if you don't get a bye in the FCS playoffs, to get to that to win the national championship, you have to win 5 extra games. That's dope. The last team that I know that has even gotten to that point was Youngstown State. And I think it was a Bo Pelini-led Youngstown State, if I'm not wrong.
There, yeah.
They didn't win it, but they made the run to get there. So that's interesting. I just think it's a better system.
Is that addition to the 12 games then? So you can play up to 17?
Yeah. So that team played 17 games. Yeah. They played, because they didn't have a first round bye, so they played 5 extra games.
Wow.
4 of them to get to the national championship. 1 was the national championship, and they lost. And I think it was probably in North Dakota State.
Yeah, it's interesting as this playoff happens, and they're going to expand it eventually. It's just how far it does expand because there's more money to be made. And then you're going to start to get into, I mean, the discussion is of how much more, with all these conferences that aren't built equally, it's kind of tough to say what's fair, what's not. So, you do get into that kind of argument of, well, does a 3-loss South Carolina team deserve to be more in than an SMU team that can take care of business in the ACC, but the ACC. So, yeah, I mean, I thought about it for the longest time, and I'm an old school guy. I just kind of like having the regular season kind of figure out who's going to make it. But as if you do go playoff, it's hard not to expand it because it's just more money and more fun.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. And think about this. Okay, Nebraska beat the bricks off of Colorado, and they're running the Big 12. Right, they're in that conversation of Big 12 championship. I understand that was only game 2. I don't care. Right, that just shows me a lot. Like, if we play them today, I still think it would be the same outcome. I think it might be even worse. Like, if what we did last week, that was Colorado, it would have been even worse, I think.
Yeah, that's interesting because I would have said that I think Colorado might have won this game later in the year, but now Nebraska's got a bit of an offense.
Yeah.
Then it kind of makes you wonder again.
I don't think we put up in the last 2 years 44 points.
No.
And the thing is, and the craziest part is, that was only week 2 with Dana.
Yeah.
Right. And the craziest part is, it was 0 from the defense. Because usually, like, they'll get a defensive touchdown or whatever to help spike that. It was all offense. All 44 points was from the offense, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what do the people have? What did we find in Dana? Is he the answer?
He appears to be. Again, they made more strides in 2 weeks than they had all year with their in 2 years, like you just said, as far as the scoring total. So he appears to be the answer. I think they have to do everything they can to keep him. It's not necessarily a surprise. Before he's a head coach, he was a top offensive coordinator to begin with. and had a lot of success with his offenses, at his respective stops as a head coach. So, he's, I think all their momentum is very much closely tied to him.
Yeah. What's crazy is this shows people how important coaching really is.
Mm-hmm.
And it speaks volumes. It does. And it sheds light on a lot of things. We sat in here since week 1 and said, hey, give Emmett Johnson the ball. Guess what happens? He comes in, he gives Emmett Johnson the ball. What happens? Good things. Right? He has the most yards in the game since Saquon. Come on. Like, if you could see this, they ain't paying me a chancellor and you 1.4.
Right.
We've been saying this
Right.
since week 1.
Yeah.
The crazy part is we didn't even put up 44 points against UTEP.
Yeah.
But we're going to hang 44 on Wisconsin? Come on.
Sure makes you wonder. Yeah.
There's a lot of questions we got. But when we come back, I want to get into a little bit of these. I want to kind of change into the NFL, talk about the Thanksgiving games, and kind of get your prediction on those.
All right, it's coming up next in the locker room here on 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
Nebraska's Christmas Light Show is back and bigger than ever. The Magical Lights of Lincoln Christmas Show runs from Black Friday through New Year's Eve at Sandhills Global Event Center. Bring the family for a show they'll never forget, featuring over 1.5 million lights. Cost is $25 per vehicle from Monday through Thursday, $30 on Friday and Saturday, and also $30 on Christmas Eve and day. Purchase your tickets online today at ChristmasLightsInLincoln.com and get ready to experience a drive-through light show like you've never seen before. Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
At Koppel Chevrolet GMC, we are thankful for so many things this year, starting with our great employees, a generous community, our military personnel, and most importantly, our loyal customer base that continues to drive that money-saving mile of Louisville. Hi, this is Sean Callahan, and on behalf of everybody at Koppel, we want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving and safe travels to wherever they may take you. Happy holidays from Koppel Chevrolet GMC.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, 2-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at WindowWorldLincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Mulberry Barbecue is Lincoln's leader in great barbecue, but also is a great choice for your Thanksgiving meal. They have packages available for hot meal pickup on Thanksgiving Day from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. to take all the cooking stress out of your day. Call the store for details or to schedule a pickup at 402-937-7114 at 11th and Cornhusker Highway. That's 402-937-7114. Mulberry Barbecue.
Celebrate the night before Thanksgiving with the Lincoln Stars on Wednesday, November 27th as the Tri-City Storm come to town. Bring your family members and friends with you to the Icebox for the 7:05 p.m. game and enjoy drink specials all night before you cut the turkey the next day. You can purchase a Blackout Wednesday package now to get 4 tickets and 2 drink vouchers for $75 plus tax. Get your tickets now for Wednesday, November 27th at LincolnStars.com.
With a wide variety of menu options, including the best prime and Wagyu steaks in Lincoln, if you haven't been to Tavern 180, you're missing out. Try any of their steak options paired with one of their well-known martinis, and this will soon become your favorite date night spot. Call your friends for a casual get-together where steak, shrimp, chicken, and tasty cocktails await your arrival. Tavern 180, located next door to Tanner's at 30th and Yankee Hill.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Chancellor Brewington and Mikey Daniel. Brought to you by F Foundation Repair on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back on The Locker Room here on a Wednesday. Chancellor Brewington out today, but Mikey Daniel is in and ready to talk some NFL football. Mikey, I'll send it over to you.
I don't know if I ever asked you this. I know I asked Chancellor this. You like college or NFL football more?
I'm more of a college guy. I grew up here in Lincoln, especially when Nebraska was good. So that kind of led me to that. But yeah, more of a college guy.
Okay. All right.
Also, I picked the Cardinals as my favorite team as the
That's
NFL.
true.
And that was a bad pick as a kid.
That is true. But they look all right now.
Yeah, not too bad.
They're tied for the NFC West right now, I believe. So
yeah.
With the Seahawks. They just lost to my Seahawks, though. So that's good. All right. Well, that's too bad. I'm an NFL guy all day and every day. So tomorrow we got your Thanksgiving games. You got the Bears at Detroit. Detroit minus 9.5. Who you like in that game, and what do you expect to see?
Well, the Bears have lost like 4 or 5 straight. I don't know where that streak is at now, but I mean, it's the NFL. They're close games. They're competitive with Green Bay in Minnesota recently. So now you kind of finish off this little NFC North run that they have. So, you know, the spread's at 9.5. I know there's a lot of jokes about this not being a great game or the worst game on Thanksgiving, but I think they could keep it close. But I mean, what are we talking about here? There's a reason why everybody's pointing to the Lions and saying this is, should be a blowout win. Again, I don't know if it necessarily get there, but I got to favor the Lions.
I actually am gonna go with the Bears in this one.
Wow, big upset pick.
Yes, and I have the Lions in the Super Bowl. As you know, you just heard me say I had the Ravens and the Lions, but I have the Bears getting this one done. I think because of that streak. They lost 4 or 5 like you just talked about. They did push that game against Minnesota to overtime, but it's just something about those divisional games. They're 10-1. The Lions are 10-1, and Chicago's 4-7. But it's just something about them. They find a way to be close. So I think I like Caleb Williams, and DeAndre Swift might have a little big day tomorrow. So give me the Bears tomorrow. Okay, you got the afternoon game. You got Giants at Cowboys. Cowboys are minus 3.5 with Drew Lock starting at quarterback for the Giants.
Yeah, and obviously not the quarterback matchup we thought we might have going into the season. Yeah. I'll favor the home team here, Dallas, but we'll see. Maybe the Giants can kind of get a spark with their new quarterback.
Yeah, you know what? I think the Cowboys, most of their 4 wins, are actually on the road. I think they maybe only have 1 at home. I could be wrong, but it's something like that.
No, you're right. They have not won at home yet.
Oh, there we go. Okay, well, give me the Cowboys though. I think that tomorrow they win their first one at home. I think it'll be a decent game, but I'm surprised. We were just kind of talking about this off air. Daniel Jones going and signing with the Vikings. If I'm the Cowboys, I'm selling out for him. Right? They have no quarterback right now, so to me, it's like. And even moving forward, it's like, what is Dak? What is he? And I think in that system, Daniel might be okay. I don't want to it's so hard to judge somebody off of playing for the Giants. Yeah, it's so hard to judge somebody off playing for the Giants. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I would have sold out for him. They just beat the Commanders last week, did the Cowboys, right? So now they're 4-7. They play the Giants this week. They end up at 5-7. They can make a little run here and make a playoff push. I would have sold out for Daniel Jones.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, they must like what they're getting out of Cooper Rush, I suppose. But like you said, I mean, just did at least beat the Washington, which is a pretty darn good team. This is a rematch from earlier in the year. They beat the Giants 20-15 back in September, but of course that was with Daniel Jones and Dak Prescott.
Yeah,
so very different look.
Very different look. Okay, so we both got the Cowboys in that. And then the evening game tomorrow night is the Dolphins at Green Bay. They have Green Bay minus 3.5. What you got?
Well, I think our buddy Jake Sorensen's headed up to that game, maybe even Amon as well. So
okay.
we're going to have some 93.7 The Ticket folks in the house. But the Dolphins have been playing better as of late. He's kind of got a little bit going there with the Dolphins. But I still think the Packers are one of the best teams in the NFL. In that division, it's difficult, but they certainly could represent the NFC by the time it's all said and done.
Any idea what the weather looks like?
Let me double check because that certainly could play a factor.
Huge factor.
Yeah.
If all things equal, I'm big on the Packers as well. I could see I wouldn't be surprised to see them in the NFC Championship. You're right. I do think they're one of the best in the NFL. But I think I'm going to go with the Dolphins as well in this game. They've been playing great since Tua came back. You're starting to see a reemergence. Jalen Waddle went crazy last week. Love to see that for my fantasy, especially. Devon A-Chain's going crazy. So I think I'm going to take the Dolphins in that one.
Looks like, and I was looking up the weather there. Looks like it's going to be 28 degrees with a wind chill of 18. So not exactly South Beach.
Yeah, that favors Green Bay. It really does. I don't know. I just find I think the Dolphins find a way tomorrow.
Here's another stat. According to StatHead, the Dolphins haven't won a game with a kickoff temperature below freezing since 2013.
Well, tomorrow's the new day.
Yeah, could still have stick to it.
Okay, Friday, we have the Raiders at Chiefs, Kansas City minus 12.5.
Boy, I think the Chiefs, and the Ravens have 4 losses on the year. They still kind of seem like the primary competition in the AFC, but
no, Raiders.
Or Raiders.
Yeah, Raiders at Chiefs.
Well, I was just saying that. I was just thinking the Ravens
I got you.
Seem to be would be in the AFC kind of. Maybe the Bills could compete with the Chiefs, but it still seems like the Chiefs are kind of running away with that side of the NFL and the AFC. So, I mean, you never know. Like you said, divisional game could get an upset, could get a surprise, some familiarity there, but I'm expecting the Chiefs to keep pushing along here.
Well, that and Max Crosby and Patrick Mahomes hate each other. Like Max Crosby hates Patrick Mahomes. I don't know. They play them well every time. It's like every year it's like, oh, the Raiders about to beat the Chiefs. And they just don't do it. I think I got the Chiefs too, but I won't be surprised to see the Raiders if the Raiders were winning to win this game. And then that's all I got in terms of that NFL spectrum. I'm just looking forward to Friday night's game, though. Obviously, Iowa and Nebraska, and we'll hit more on that on the Friday show. But thanks for joining me today, Bob. I loved having you. Yeah. Chancellor, man, I don't got nothing for you, bro. Just ice that eye, big fella.
There you go. Yeah. We'll hopefully get Chancellor back in the house and maybe, I don't know, maybe have an eye patch or something. But for Friday's show, The Locker Room, we will be doing that before we get into our pregame festivities for Black Friday's game, Nebraska and Iowa. So a reminder of that. But On the Block coming next year on 93.7 The Ticket.
We fix basements.
We fix basements.
We fix basements.
We fix basements. We fix basements.
At F Foundation Repair, we've been fixing basements for over 30 years. We're your local foundation repair experts. Our warranties stay here. Our people work here. You can trust us to take care of your home. Go to WeFixBasements.com to learn more.
Slay the holidays this year with a gift that'll really get them going. One that's built to win, like the new Honda CR-FR Motocrosser. One that's built for fun, like a Honda Mini Moto. Or one for each member of the family, like a Honda CR-F Trail Bike. At Rod's Power Sports, you'll find the motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side they'll love. During the Honda Gifts That Go sales event, you can slay the streets in style with a Grom Mini Moto, slay the trails with the CR-F 50F, or pile into a Pioneer 1006 Deluxe Crew that can carry 6 elves over the fields and through the woods all year long. This year, don't just give any gift. Give the gift of outdoor adventure with a ride they'll never forget. Don't miss out. Head to Rod's Power Sports in Lincoln, Nebraska during the Honda Gifts That Go sales event. It's your chance to slay the holidays and your gift list. Dealer participation may vary. See dealer for complete program and safety details.
Salt Mine City is now open at 8th and R in the Haymarket. Come check out Lincoln's newest brewery with 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager, Brick Street Amber Wheat, and so many more. There's daily drink specials like $1 off Moscow Mules on Tuesdays, $6 IPAs on Fridays, and $6 Bloody Marys on Saturdays. Stop by Tuesday through Thursday from 4 to 9 p.m., Fridays 4 to 11 p.m., Saturdays 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Sundays from noon to 8 p.m. It's Salt Mine City, Lincoln's newest brewery at 8th and R.
The Link Grill, Draft, and Crafts is your spot in Southeast Lincoln for great food and drink. They're serving new menu items and a killer craft cocktail menu with your favorite draft beers. You'll love their pizza and new entree options. It's a great